Ahoy, Morning Breathers, and welcome to Tuesday, Tax Day Tuesday.
Tax Day.
Here at the Morning Breath.
Everywhere.
Well, yeah, it is everywhere. Today's the day.
It is.
Get your damn taxes done.
Yep.
If you've got to today.
Mine got done yesterday.
Remember the days? There used to be long lines at the post office.
That's right.
The TV stations would do long stories every year about how long the lines were at the post office.
Yep, I do remember
and
that.
people fretting that they would be able to mail their tax return.
I do. That was a thing.
It was the most ridiculous thing.
Not anymore. Not a thing.
We don't have lines at the post office anymore. They used to do a lot of different things from the post office lines.
Yeah. I mean, even paying bills. I mean, I haven't paid a bill by mail in I don't know how long. It's all done. I do it all online or through an app or something. So, I mean, but you're right. You had to have that thing postmarked by April 15th. If the post offices stay open until midnight, I think.
They did.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep. Because it was a stressful time. That was back before the internet.
Right.
Before Al Gore did everything with the internet. So that's how far back that was. We didn't have internet back then. SPP.
That sucks. It sucks.
We had to do everything by mail.
And library. What was the library? Files.
Catalog?
Yes. The catalog.
Yes. On the Dewey Decimal System.
How did we answer our questions back before the internet?
There's this thing called encyclopedia.
I know, but
we had to look a lot of stuff up.
We just didn't need to know it. And now we just feel like we need to know. And at that time, it's just like, I don't know the answer to that. And you just kind of went on with your day. And now it's like, well, let's find out. It's just that easy. And I'm as guilty as anybody, man. Anybody ask me a question, figure it out. So I don't know if that's, mostly I think it's bad, but you got more knowledge. Or at least it's more knowledge in your pocket.
We're assuming the knowledge is accurate.
True that.
That's what we assume.
Yes.
So if anybody still has encyclopedias, they're going to be a valuable resource at some point in time if the internet ever goes down. And we just don't have it anymore. Could you imagine that?
If the internet goes down, not just personally because I need to look up stuff on Google, but so many things are tied to the internet. The internet can't go down. It can. I understand. But
it would be bad.
It would be bad.
It'd be really bad.
It'd be really bad. And not, like I said, not just personally because I can't get on TikTok, but just bad. Just saying.
I still have checks. So I'll be fine.
And still know where the post office is.
I don't even have to order any.
Still know where
have them.
Still know where the post office is.
And I don't know how to get to the post office. Stamps are going up again. They're talking.
They
about.
are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't talk to me about that. I mail all my shoppers, so we're sending out 35,000 shoppers and all these newspapers every week, and they've raised postage twice in the past year, like 8 and 10%. And when you're talking 35,000 times 52 weeks, it's not an insignificant amount of money. Mm-hmm. It's not like buying an extra roll of stamps and it costs you an extra $10. It's like, yeesh. So anyway, don't get me going on that.
Well, okay.
Thanks for bringing
that
up
works. That works.
Thanks for bringing up a topic.
Lesson learned there. I was gonna say, why don't they quit screwing around with this 5-cent thing? Just go up to $1 for a letter. You can leave the newspapers alone.
Crazy.
Leave the newspapers.
Leave the newspapers alone. Raise the price of envelopes to $1 and just be done for a while.
Yeah.
And quit spending money foolishly.
They just the Postmaster General just left, resigned, pushed out. I don't know exactly all the details. So there's going to be another one. So
like just
in the past 4 weeks or so.
Okay.
Ish.
Yeah, maybe this is the acting one. I just read this and I kind of forgot about it.
Well, usually those rate increases are in the works for quite a while.
Well, they didn't get done with the last one very long before they started thinking about the new one.
Exactly.
Yeah, they just raised it not that long ago.
Tell me about it.
As you recall.
As I know. As I remember.
Well, welcome to our little show we call Morning Breath, where you wake up, smile, laugh, however you want to proceed, unless you're talking about stamps and your name is Matt.
Right.
Not really
And
stamps,
go to work
just
or do
postage.
whatever you got to do. So, welcome to Tuesday. Of course, now we know we have Boss Man Matt in the house.
Ahoy, Skipper.
Ahoy. We have beautiful Rachel, who's in very springy colors today.
Ahoy, good morning.
Ahoy. And SPP in the house.
Always Skipper.
How are you, my lad?
Jimmy says, remember, it's the postal service, not the postal business.
I like that as well. That's a good point.
Well, Denise, perhaps you should remind the heads of the Postal
That was-
Service.
Jimmy said that.
Oh, Jimmy
but
said
yeah,
that, okay.
but still. Says Jeff says if they raise it to $1 today, they'll raise it to $1.25 next year.
Likely.
Yeah.
Likely. It seems to be a repeated pattern.
Well, yeah, and on one hand, it affects me greatly in my business, but on one hand, I understand they're losing money hand over fist, and
But nobody ever
they?
looks at why.
yes, true, and there's a reason why, but yeah, they are. They're historically a money loser.
Every year.
Every
They
like a
never
lot,
make money.
like billions. Yeah, it's a lot.
Wow.
And part of it is their service isn't getting used as much as it was. And, so maybe they have too many postal people. I don't know.
Well,
Maybe they're
they
too top heavy.
So that gets tricky too. Again, you got me on a soapbox, but that gets tricky too because the mail that they do have, even though it's diminished, still has to get out in a timely fashion. Because that's the other thing they're doing is saying, okay, because they're having trouble hiring people also. And look, before we get too far, there's a lot of good post people.
Yeah, I'm not saying anybody's
That's-
bad.
no,
I'm
it's
just
just-
wondering. I think it's the upper echelon
Yes,
of the Postal Service.
Agreed. But like even with my papers, my shoppers, they're third class mail. We get a special rate on that. It's still very, very expensive. But now they're saying, okay, we have limited people and we have to reorganize this stuff. So now your shopper can't get out the next day. It's going to be maybe 3 days. Well, I got a whole bunch of advertisers in there that need to get that message out on time. So it's a thing.
Yeah, I get it. I've got a present coming in the mail, and it's coming from United States Postal Service.
Right.
I'm afraid it's not going to get here in time.
Does it have a tracking
It's
number?
stuck. Yeah. I checked yesterday and said, you're so far out, I can't even track it.
Oh, jeez.
That's not what it said. That's how I read it.
right.
Wow.
Right.
And then I got a letter from the company that says, hey, it's on its way.
Right. And technically it is. But
I don't think so.
They sent you a letter or an email?
Email.
Okay. I was gonna be like,
because the letter that is coming would get there after the package.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, the Southeast Iowa Video Network is sponsored by KCTC.
Thank you, Casey.
Thank
It's
you,
Casey and all the
Casey.
gang over at Casey. Look at me, I'm right in the C.
You're right in the
That's
C.
cool. Thanks, Casey, and all the gang over at KCTC and the Morning Breath crew this morning. We're sponsored by Hy-Vee and Hy-Vee Fast and Fresh.
Thank you, Willie.
Willie.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Willie.
Willie. All the Hy-Vees and Hy-Vee Fast and Freshes. Hey, did you guys get all your eyes cleaned out this morning from being out in the wind last night?
Well, Peter was sitting in the shed, but I was out in the wind. In the wind,
You got to protect. He's pretty
I
damn
know
important.
he is, and the equipment's important, and Peter's important, and we had a new guy, a new announcer, broadcaster. Peter's friend came, Jack, and did great.
Jack, who only does SEC stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Only does SEC stuff. So he was there, and all went well. And it was windy, very, very windy, especially on top of that hill. And so we got out there. Everything's going normal. The high school principal is kind of running things. You got things set up, and the scoreboard's going, and the teams are showing up, and everything seems just fine. And then I was talking to him, and it's about 15, 20 minutes before game time, and he goes, hope the refs show up. And they weren't there. And he's like, usually they're here 30 minutes before a game or something, kind of
Who asked this? The principal?
the principal of high school. And I mean, he's not the one in charge setting it up. I don't know, and I don't know how it works. I don't know if there's a website and these guys get assigned or if they pick up. I don't know how it all works.
They were probably notified by mail.
Probably. So anyway, so it gets 10 minutes before game time. And they start doing lineups, and then they start doing the national anthem and all that stuff. And one ref was there, and generally, I think there's supposed to be 3. Mm-hmm. Well, I know they played a game or two with just 2. But you got to have a sideline person and the main guy. I don't know what they're called. But anyway, so just the main guy was there. And they kind of poked around doing the introductions and that stuff. But then they started the game with just one ref.
Person.
And, that guy, to his credit, he tried. But you can't be everywhere and see everything. It's one guy, right?
Yeah, and that feels big.
Yeah. And so they played the first half, and Mount Pleasant, Washington versus Mount Pleasant girls. Mount Pleasant in 9 seconds, right from the first 9 seconds of the game, scored a goal, which is the fastest I can think you could even possibly do it.
Yeah. How'd they run
That's pretty
that
impressive.
fast?
They just kicked it off, a couple kicks, dribbled a couple times in the goal. 9 seconds.
Okay.
So anyway, played the first half. It was 3-1. Washington made a good comeback. Mount Pleasant got a couple more goals, and Mount Pleasant was winning 3-1. Gets to halftime. We go through the 10-minute halftime, and then at the end of halftime, I noticed the teams are doing the handshake line. And I thought, well, I don't remember seeing them do that at just halftime, but maybe coming back from halftime, they're just like, whatever.
Hey, good half.
Yeah, exactly.
Can't wait to play
but
the
this
second
is,
half.
This is after, so we've gone through the whole halftime, right? And the teams were huddled and doing their thing, and then they go through the handshake line. And I'm looking at them like, that seems weird. And all of a sudden, the Washington girls team runs over to the bleachers, and they're waving and like, thank you, the game's over. It's like, what? And we're all confused. It's like, what do you mean the game's over?
What happened here?
What happened? There's no mercy rule. We played the first half. We've gone through halftime.
I'd be kind of mad if I was Washington because you would be expecting to play a second half to get your points back.
So they're going to reschedule the game because it didn't count because there was only one official.
So the whole game, they have to play the whole
no.
game.
They have to play the whole game again because there was only one official, and it can't be an official game if it's only one official.
That's too bad for that Mount Pleasant girl that scored a goal in 9 seconds.
Exactly.
kidding.
So none of
That
that
would be a record that would stand for decades.
Someone
Fine.
went and looked up a rule in a rule book.
exactly. So I don't know how it all went down, but it's not official. So they just said, okay, we're done. And I heard later that the other ref that was supposed to be there went to Cedar Rapids, Washington.
To Cedar Rapids, Washington High School.
Cedar Rapids,
You know
Washington High
what?
School.
As a parent, I've done that as a parent.
Gone to Cedar Rapids, Washington?
No, gone.
They say you live here if you did that.
No, I know, but West Liberty and West Branch.
Oh, okay.
I thought I was supposed to be in West Branch, and we looked all over for the fields, couldn't find them. It was a tournament weekend for softball.
Oh, so
I
you think
went
there'd be a
back
lot
through
of
my
people around, right?
emails to Dave Mitchell, who was the head coach, and I was in the wrong town.
It happens.
It does.
It happens. So this official went to the wrong town. There's only one official, and so it is not an official game.
Heads will roll.
No.
Yes.
You were all set up, and you only had a half a day.
Yeah, and
Now
Jack.
you got to do it again.
Jack rolled in from Alabama, and he was calling the game and did a good job. I went back and rewatched it. We were on our game.
I should go back and listen to it.
I think we were on point, and
Well, then
then it doesn't
don't
count.
take it down. Don't take down the video.
No, I gotta. It's there. But we were all. Peter was switching the cameras perfectly. We had one in the
Peter,
corner.
I tell you, when he gets in the zone,
I know.
he's tough to beat.
I know. We had a camera in one of the
me, but-
corners, so we had a nice B-roll shot to kind of set things up.
We're talking about Peter like he's not here.
Yeah, I know. He's kind
Peter's
of.
been quiet, and Peter brought us snacks
He just waved.
that I have to sit here and look at.
Why is it over next to Rachel?
I don't know. It was just
I had
just
one.
where it parked.
I had one already, so I don't know. They're very, very good. Peter's dad, Peter's mom.
I'm very anxious to try that.
Nice job.
I wasn't certain I was going to get any.
They're right. I saved some because they were going to go fast.
Well, before I leave today, I'm
yeah,
gonna have a little
absolutely.
I am a little treat shy though.
These are legitimate. These do not have cotton anywhere
Okay.
near them.
chunk. I wouldn't be shy. Come on, Rachel. Okay. What else do we got? What else? You got any hellos up there that we need?
Yeah,
to
we got
We got all kinds.
It's over my right shoulder. I can't
all right.
see it.
Jim, Martha, Jeff, Denise, Paula, Jeff. Yep.
Yep.
Keep commenting, guys. We like talking to you.
Well, yeah, we do.
Yeah. Yesterday it was a busy one yesterday.
Yesterday
We had
was.
Salsa Wars continued yesterday. So
Salsa. Did you guys seriously have salsa yesterday?
Oh my gosh.
yes.
So the we have the group chat, right? Didn't you read that?
I saw Nick's at a concert.
Poor guys. We're gonna be out in the wind, and I thought I made the best comment ever. Don't worry, they're going to be well fed while they're out there with salsa and peanut butter bars.
yes.
Nothing.
All good.
I got nothing. Jeez, there's a lot of bitterness because it all started with Martha and me.
Yeah. Well, so
I asked for salsa last time, and
well,
then you ate it.
no, we haven't eaten any of it yet. It's still.
You got like 3 jars and 2 jars of
I
pickles.
had 3 jars of salsa, 2 jars of pickles, and my mom sent Jimmy a care package of salsa.
That's what's awesome.
I know. I didn't even know that was happening. I found that out yesterday.
Completely behind your back.
Martha is like the salsa angel.
Well,
Give
now
her your
Cindy is.
address. She'll send you
Now
some.
Cindy is.
Oh,
Because Cindy sent out
Cindy's the one that
to
sent.
Matt.
Yeah.
But she did say to share it, although I don't think Matt will.
Well, I will share some of it. 'Cause
I'll get a
Cindy very
pickle.
specifically. Yeah, you can get one
get a
pickle.
pickle.
You get one pickle. Damn it!
Can I have one bread and butter pickle
Yes.
and one dill?
You can have one of each.
I don't know, but I am like ready for truth.
She's going in. She's going in, folks. We better take a break.
Why?
So
did you
Rachel
sit
can
this
eat.
next to me.
We'll be right back.
Introducing Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every meal is a delight. Start your day with our mouthwatering breakfast options and savor flavorful lunches with friends and family. Cap off your day with our delectable dinners. Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every moment is delicious.
Washington County Hospital and Clinics, providing quality health care that puts you first. Whether during a hospital stay, seeing a primary care provider for wellness exams or sick visits, minor surgery to a total joint replacement, or recovering from an injury, we're here when you need us.
More than you expect for your health care. Washington County Hospital and Clinics.
At Seafirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you with a flexible financing you need to install that all-season room or remodel your kitchen with a home equity line of credit. Connect with Seafirst today and see why together is better.
Ahoy, morning breathers. The peanut butter bars do not suck.
they do not.
That's what might come back. Whoa. Yeah, so Rachel and I had our first bite of SPP's parents. Your mom made them? Your dad made them? The peanut butter, is there a specific name?
They're
Technical
delicious.
name is it was a recipe that was it's that, but it also had almonds and coconuts. But my parents don't like almonds and coconuts.
So
So
The original name was 7 Layers of Heaven, but there's only like,
5 layers.
really only we're down to 5
but
now.
it's essentially just peanut butter and
Sign of the times.
They're good.
You got to,
Do you know the salad, 7-layer salad?
Yes.
You know,
Love 'em.
lettuce,
Yes.
cheese,
Peas.
yeah, peas.
it's basically the
The garden.
cream cheese. Is it
Yeah,
cream
that
cheese?
too.
My brother lives in Indianapolis, and this has been years ago, but when we did the baby shower for them, The Indianapolis people had never heard of that salad.
That's like an Iowa staple, isn't it? Like a potluck staple.
Indiana isn't very far from here.
I know.
Who's not heard of 7-layer salad?
Well, you get too far out of the Midwest and people don't know what a breaded pork tenderloin is, and that just blows my mind. I don't know how that's not a whole thing.
Yeah.
How could that be?
Because without that, I don't know. So here's something I came across.
Okay.
Tim, you'll appreciate this. After last summer, Brood 14, the latest group of cicadas, are emerging this spring.
Strong.
Well, it won't be even close to what it was supposed to be.
This
Last year.
time, billions of them will hit at least 12 states. The group is likely making an appearance in Georgia, Kentucky, Maryland, anyway, not Iowa. Indiana's as close as it gets, a little bit of Kentucky. But 12 states are going to get billions of Brood 14 of cicadas.
Let's see if it even happens.
Yeah, well,
Because I don't think we had much of it.
we didn't, but it was funny. I saw a map this morning. I probably saw this last year when we were talking about all this, and I can't remember. But I saw a map this morning that showed where all these broods were, and they had the highlighted ones for these 12 states that are now coming, but like in a gray kind of background of the ones that came in previous time. All around us, Johnson, Louisa, Henry, Jefferson, Keokuk, all the counties have a brood. Washington County, right in the middle, was no broods of cicadas.
Yep. We killed them off
We killed them off.
somehow, some way.
It's good. You overcame billions of cicadas.
That have lasted for millennia.
So anyway, a new batch of cicadas is coming.
Well, that's good to know. That was all the rage, back on episode 12 or whatever.
Whatever it was.
That's all we could talk about was those damn cicadas.
I know, that was our salsa wars before the salsa wars.
Oh.
I was reading a story, and I've pulled it back up now. Some of the most unique items lost while in an Uber.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, could
Just
you
imagine.
imagine the things that people would leave in your car?
We're about to find out, I think.
How about a mannequin with real human hair?
How do you not see that? How do you forget that? You had to just leave that there on purpose.
Somehow, you just forgot it. You were so excited about your next stop.
You just put it in the back of the car and you just
That's a
leave
fair
off
point.
with
Kinda
it.
like you forgetting your antenna.
Yeah, right. So that's a fair point. Is the mannequin in the trunk or is it sitting in the seat next to you?
I'm thinking it's sitting right next to you, and
That's
you
what
just
I
let her
think.
go. You said, "Come on," and you went out that door, and you forgot the mannequin doesn't really talk or listen, or have the ability to move its legs.
Terrible listeners, mannequins.
Viking drinking horn, I could see losing that.
Yeah.
A chainsaw. I would think that you would not forget your chainsaw.
Yeah.
You're obviously going somewhere where you
And
probably
those
need that thing.
stink.
So I think of Ubers as like big cities. So I'm trying to figure out why you have a chainsaw in the big city.
There's
Because your
probably an
friend-
Uber with an F-150.
Your friend had a tree fall down, and so you didn't have a car, so you took the Uber over to help your friend.
So if you're an Uber driver and you pull up and this guy's standing on the curb with his chainsaw, you go
I'd probably request it
And a funny
sit
looking
in the
mask.
front
and a
seat.
funny mask.
You know what though? If I was an Uber driver and someone wanted to put a chainsaw in the car with me, I'd probably request it go in the trunk or in the front seat for my safety. And then, could you imagine that someone would forget a chainsaw if you requested it go in the trunk?
Well, to your point, if they're going to help a buddy out cut down a tree that fell in his yard, I think that's the main thing you need. So I don't know how
That's
you
one
forget
way to get out of helping clean up.
Exactly.
Or what if they went to Lowe's?
I left it in the Uber.
Oh my God.
Or Ace.
I gotta go back.
Silly
What if they
me.
went to
Oh,
Ace
man.
to
Sorry.
go get a chainsaw?
As soon as I chased down this Uber.
If they went to Ace to go get a chainsaw to go cut down some trees in their yard, and on the way back that they forgot it in the car because it was a new item.
Yeah, expensive mistake. Whoops.
Yeah.
Well, all right. If you think that's bad, how would you like to forget your urinal?
Again, why do you have it in the first place?
That almost makes me
You
want to
never know. You might need one. There's all kinds of 2 mattresses, 15 hookahs.
Okay, 2 mattresses is crazy.
Yeah, one you can
Because
understand.
you walk into the car with the mattresses, and then you're walking out. I feel kind of light.
they have to be strapped to the
I'm missing
hood,
something
to the roof.
here.
How about the person that left their unicycle?
How do you forget a unicycle? Those are huge.
These are things that really happen. It says right here on my phone.
So now I'm starting to think, you know what? I have this extra mannequin, this extra chainsaw. I don't know how to get rid of it. The city won't take it. I can't throw it in the garbage. Maybe I'll just rent an Uber and leave it in there. And they have to deal with it.
That's brilliant.
You know
I don't
what?
know. Or
That
a
could
mattress.
be.
What is someone doing with 15 hookahs? You just kind of walk
That's
past
a party.
that.
That's
Right
a
there.
party.
Yeah.
It's a party waiting to break out at any moment.
One hookah's one thing, but 15.
Yeah.
Cornish hens. Somebody left Cornish hens.
Were they
see that.
alive?
Yeah. That's a difference.
Hannah Montana merchandise. I thought those, there's 50 things. Not all of them are all that interesting, but divorce papers. That would be irritating.
That's
Symbolism.
That's the most expensive thing yet that's been left.
Give those back. How about the things the most commonly found? So like everybody does it, right? Your phone.
All right.
I've left my phone before.
In an
Take it
Uber?
back. Yeah.
How'd you get it back?
Oddly enough, the same guy picked me up.
Really?
There it was.
How did you order
Wow.
an Uber if you didn't have a
I
phone?
have friends with phones.
Oh. That is
Hold on.
a
Hold
good
on.
point.
You have friends?
And they have phones.
And they have phones.
Wallet, keys, luggage,
You know,
headphones,
like, I
glasses.
find it very interesting that you were so laid back and cool that none of your friends were like, "Hey, Uber driver, my buddy left his cell phone in." You guys all just waited it out until you came back.
I
and
didn't
you're like,
realize
"Hey."
I didn't have it until I went to call the Uber. The same guy came back.
Oh, he really doesn't use his cell phone
He
that much.
doesn't. I'm hopelessly addicted to mine, unfortunately.
Passports, clothing, vapes, water bottles.
Passports would be a pain.
Yeah, passports
How
would
many
be a
you
pain.
care? SPP.
I care.
I care. So I know we're short on time, but I thought you brought up passports. The Real ID thing that we talked about last week that's coming up May 7th.
Oh, yeah.
It's been 20 years in the works.
They postpone it?
No, but in New Jersey, and I don't know about Iowa, but in New Jersey, so many people are trying to get in to get a Real ID. They can't get an appointment before the date, and so now they can't get one. So now they're filing for a passport because that will also work. So they're instead of getting a Real ID,
One would think a passport would take much longer.
but you can expedite that in 3 weeks for extra fee. But for a Real ID in New Jersey,
Oh, wow.
you can't even get an appointment to get one because they're so backed up. Because they've only had 20
the family's
years.
involved in all that.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep, I do.
Family.
I think I've watched that documentary.
Yeah. 7:42. We need to take another break, Peter?
Yes.
All right, let's take a break so we can get set for the day.
In the heart of rural Iowa, where community matters most, the connections we make are made to last. Meet KCTC, your hometown internet, phone, and TV provider. At KCTC, we're not just about technology, we're about people. Our dedicated team are your neighbors, committed to bringing you top-tier services right where you live. We believe in giving back to the community that raised us. Experience the power of a real connection with KCTC. Join us in building a stronger, more connected Southeast Iowa.
Attention Hy-Vee shoppers, introducing Hy-Vee Perks, your ticket to exclusive savings and rewards. Access exclusive perks, prices, earn gas discounts, and unlock special deals. All this for free. Join Hy-Vee Perks today and start saving.
Bring the kids, share the memories, celebrate 75 years of traditions at the Midwest Old Threshers Reunion. Relive the magic of steam engines, antique cars, and trucks, tractors, gas engines, and horses. Whether it's your first visit or a cherished tradition, you'll enjoy the delicious foods, the thrill of an Old West shootout, and the excitement of nightly grandstand entertainment. For 75 years, this has been the place where memories are made at the 2025 Midwest Old Threshers Reunion, August 28th through September 1st in Mount Pleasant, Iowa. Visit oldthreshers.com for more details.
The Connie and Amanda team is dedicated to giving back to our community by actively engaging with our clients, businesses, and the public. When it comes to helping you find your next home, investment, or commercial space, the Connie and Amanda team is here for you.
Ahoy, morning brothers. Welcome back. Tuesday. Dessert Tuesday. God, that was good stuff.
That's so good.
If your mom and dad are listening, just, boy, that was good. I'm going to come back and have another little piece when I get done with this show. Because I can.
Because you can. Because they're good.
I'm really impressed you guys were even kind enough to leave us some bars.
I had to I took them off the counter yesterday and put them in the fridge so there'd be some left for today. So you guys could have some today.
Appreciate that.
We do appreciate that.
Because I'm thinking they might have been gone.
Well, about 2/3 of that pan was gone.
Yeah.
So
I know.
It made it. It made it to today. That's all that matters. John the Voice is, well, he's out of it. But
yeah.
Because there won't be any left for John.
No, he says no, probably not. He says he's going to be here tomorrow. John, I know you're watching. Hopefully you come tomorrow.
That's right. I'm gone.
Yeah, you're out.
Oh, you are? Oh.
Not forever, Rachel. Come on. It's okay.
It's all right.
I guess Tim deserves a day off here and there too.
All right, we better get set for the day.
You're such a fixture, though.
Let's get set for the day. It is 7:46 a.m. on Tuesday, April the 15th, Tax Day. Episode 292.
Did you know there's like lots of restaurants that give stuff away on this day?
No.
There is. Like Casey's Pizza, if you order one online, you get a free large. You get like credited to your account.
Is this a joke?
No, I'm not kidding. John the Voice, you need to know this. Krispy Kreme.
Oh.
If you order online or go into the store with a dozen donuts, they'll give you a dozen glazed for free.
Wow.
Krispy Kreme. Let's head there right now.
Yeah, no kidding. Gosh. Just because it's tax day?
Just because it's tax day.
Oh.
It's also...
I forgot to, yeah.
National Glazed Spiral Ham Day.
Can I get this stuff on page 1?
It doesn't fit on page 1.
Just read. What's the words I'm looking for, Peter? Read font size that I'm so computer
or make
literate.
columns.
I could.
I don't know what the
I
word
need
is,
to
but I
get
know what you're
this
talking about.
over here.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know there was something on the back.
I know.
It's
He
been
even
there.
told me and I forgot.
I've been doing it pretty religiously, getting it on there. All right. So the weather today, guess what, folks? More freaking wind.
It about blew my hair off getting over here.
I am not a fan of the wind anymore.
They said that this is like, out of 50 years, this is the windiest spring so many states have had.
It has to be.
That's why they just named this National That Sucks Day.
Yeah, that sucks day. Sucks and blows.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So anyway, more wind today with a mix of sun and clouds, a high of 60 and a low of 32.
My podiatrist would be very upset if I didn't mention that it's National Bunion Day.
I'm ready to gag again.
You have celebration. I think you have cake on Bunion Day. Peanut butter bars for Bunion Day.
Okay. Here we go.
You gonna start gagging? Because nothing makes me laugh harder than watching people gag. Rachel, are you okay?
Yeah.
Today's headlines from SoutheastIowaUnion.com. Oakwood Nursery in Fairfield prepares for spring planting. Abuse doesn't just hurt in the moment. And Washington County switches youth detection centers. Sports, Fairfield Boys Golf plays in Albion. Fairfield Girls teed up in Centerville. The Washington esports team takes on Oskaloosa in Washington. I don't know if you can go watch the esports.
How come we're not televising that?
Well, I think it is. It probably is televised. I think they. I'm looking at Peter. Peter's like, I don't know.
Yeah. Listen, I don't want to sound. I just don't understand this. Are they're playing like Call of Duty or what are they playing?
Yeah, it's something like that. I don't know if that's the exact
and
game.
they compete against other schools.
Yes,
but they sit in their own living room chairs.
No. They like have a whole set, and not that I know a lot about it because I don't, but they have like whole setups. And I think that sometimes the teams will come to the other school, but I think sometimes they can do it virtually.
Okay.
So I'm not 100% sure.
I would think the benefit of that is there's no travel, which maybe sucks for the kids that you don't get to travel to different schools. But.
Well, yeah. This one on the website said it is in Washington, but I don't know what that means.
I might have to go watch this. When is this thing?
It's today, this afternoon.
Can't do it.
Tennis tonight has Fairfield taking on Davis County. Fairfield, Mount Pleasant, and Washington girls track. We're all running in Fort Madison, while the Washington boys are in Wapello, and the Fairfield boys are hosting a meet in Fairfield. This day in history, on this day in 1955.
Oh, what a great day.
American fast food pioneer Ray Kroc opened the first McDonald's franchise, launching an enterprise that would eventually become the world's largest fast food chain in Des Plaines, Illinois.
If you think there's a lot of Dollar Generals out there, there's way
more McDonald's. Yeah, I don't know.
Everybody needs a Big Mac and fries.
I know there's a lot. Subway actually was number one had more actual locations than McDonald's for a while anyway. I don't know if they still do. There's a Dollar General in Wayland and Brighton, and I mean,
I'm really surprised
They're making
Dollar
headway,
General.
but-
Yes, why Dollar Generals don't have gas pumps.
well, that's next. It's happening.
That's
I don't know if it's
expensive.
happening,
That's expensive. If that doesn't fit your model, I would say stay out of it.
If you ask any gas station owner or whatever, they'll tell you they're not making any money on the gas. It's coming in and buying a soda that they're making their money on.
They're all lying.
Yeah, well, okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
All right.
Oh,
Random joke, random quote, or random fact.
Paul is sick of McDonald's. I like facts.
China
You can't handle the fact.
China has only one time zone, despite spanning roughly the same width as the United States. It is the same time across the entire country of China.
And that time is Tim time.
Tim time.
Tim time.
Exactly.
That is interesting.
What is interesting is that, if it's same as the United States, like in New York, it's 5 o'clock. In California, it's 2 o'clock. So somewhere along the line, you're getting a sunset at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
I thought those lines, who sets those lines?
In the United States?
No, aren't they according to feet?
I don't know. I don't know how that works.
Is it
Do they
latitude
just
and
skip over
longitude?
China?
Every degree or something?
Latitude and longitudes.
I don't know. I would ask Ray, but Ray is on Facebook commenting, and I'm not going to acknowledge him anymore on Facebook.
That is so wrong.
Come
I
on
would
over, Ray.
acknowledge you, Ray.
Come on over, Ray.
No, that's so wrong.
I mean, Ray,
you need to be on both.
I love you, and you're my bestest friend in the whole world. But you got to go to YouTube, man.
That's just we need him.
I know. We do.
Jimmy misses you.
Exactly.
as well.
Exactly. He's just holding on to Facebook, and he is commenting. I'll give him credit.
Oh.
But
Okay, we need
All right.
today's takeaway.
Today's takeaway. I didn't realize it makes sense, but mannequins are bad listeners, apparently. So,
Rachel, did you have a takeaway? Anything specific?
Yeah, if you're a parent and you're at a soccer game and there is only one ref,
It's
maybe bring it up before you play a whole half
before
of
you
a
get
game
started.
because you wouldn't have to sit out in the cold.
Got all dressed up to go to the soccer meet.
I did not know you had to have more than one ref there.
None of us knew. Apparently, the coaches didn't even know because until halftime.
Oh, and Peter's dad makes amazing bars, whatever those are. He can bring them back anytime.
SPP, do you have a takeaway?
Don't leave 15 hookahs in your Uber
Why?
because then you're out 15 hookahs.
Then you're out 15 hookahs.
Can't.
Maybe they're trying to quit.
Hookah's not necessarily bad for you. Not
They
necessarily.
invested quite a bit in 15 hookahs.
My takeaway is very simple. After today, you will never hear me utter the words United States Postal Service again.
It's a trigger for me.
I'm done. Matt got
Triggered.
pretty irate. So we're going to leave it at that. Never again will I speak it. And that's that.
Speak what?
Hope you had a great, say again,
Speak what?
the words I spoke earlier.
Okay.
If you were unclear, rewind.
I try to get them.
Hope you had a great Tuesday. Don't forget to pay your taxes. If they're already paid, God bless you. You did good. If they're not, file an extension. If you don't want to do that, suffer the consequences.
Oh, take your chances.
Yeah, maybe they won't catch you. Not likely.
But maybe they
Have
will.
a great Tuesday. Hang on to your hat. This is a good day, as a friend told me yesterday. The weather looks really good outside through the window. So it's going to look pretty out there today, but it's not going to be so fun. But go out and enjoy Tuesday. Lots of stuff going on. Lots of stuff. We'll be back tomorrow. Maybe not me. Probably not me.
Yeah.
Somebody will be here.
Some of us will be here tomorrow.
Oh boy.